Before mankind ever ruled this world, giants fought for every breath beneath a savage prehistoric sky. In this age, every gaze could mean hunger, fear, or the beginning of a hunt. The young are born into danger, and only instinct stands between them and the unknown. Survival here is not always strength. Sometimes it is movement, timing, and the wisdom of the herd. This is the prehistoric planet, beautiful beyond imagination, ruthless beyond mercy. There are no cities here, no roads, no human voices, only the first empire of nature. Even the smallest drop of water carries the shadow of giants. Still water in this world is never truly still. Gentle giants move across the land, carrying the weight of an ancient world. Every step reshapes the ground beneath them. Not every survivor is a giant. Some live by staying unseen. Above the forest, the sky belongs to wings, older than birds. For the smallest lives, survival depends on silence, speed, and perfect timing. Some creatures survive not by running, but by becoming living fortresses. Its body is a shield, shaped by millions of years of danger. On the plains, numbers become protection, and movement becomes a language. From above, hunger studies the living map below. Patience can be more dangerous than speed. The sky itself can become a predator without teeth. When the sky changes, every creature receives the warning. Water brings life together, but it also gathers fear. Beneath the reflection, an ancient hunter waits without moving. A mother's vigilance is the first wall between innocence and danger. In this world, one ripple can silence an entire shore. Not every hunt ends in impact. Sometimes fear alone clears the water. The wise survive by knowing when to leave. By midday, the forest becomes a living maze of heat and shadow. Long before modern beasts, other hunters carried terror in silence. It does not need the size of a giant to rule the shadows.
For the small, the world is measured in hiding places.
Inside the stone, time keeps the memory of every creature that crossed this world. Every footprint is a message from a life struggling forward. The horned herds travel together, carrying weapons on their faces and caution in every step. Even among the protected, power must be tested. The oldest survivors know that strength without patience is only noise. From above, migration becomes the heartbeat of the prehistoric planet. The swamp is neither land nor water. It is a trap disguised as a home. Here, the ground itself can become a predator. Beneath the surface, decay, feeds the next cycle of life. Some dangers are most powerful before they are seen. The smaller hunters survive through calculation, not brute force. Speed is sometimes the only prayer the living have. But today, the greatest threat does not breathe, hunt, or sleep. The young Earth is still being shaped by fire. Even giants are fragile beneath the anger of the planet. When the land turns hostile, every species receives the same command: move. Survival is not only the will to live, it is the will to protect another life. Each step is a promise made against the odds. Then the storm arrives like a wall. Water cleans the sky, but it awakens new dangers on the ground. Familiar paths vanish in moments. A herd can be a shield, but in panic, it can also become a storm of its own. The storm does not frighten the hunter. It only hides its approach. When night falls, the prehistoric world changes its rules. In darkness, eyes become lanterns of hunger and fear. Night belongs to hunters that move without warning. For the smallest creatures, silence is the last armor. The giants of the night move like living legends. Even after sunset, thirst draws the mighty back to danger. After a night of survival, dawn becomes the first reward. The young learn the oldest lesson of this world: stand again. When the light returns, giants return to the work of living. Every leaf becomes fuel for a body built like a moving mountain. Even in danger, life makes room for play. Above the cliffs, the sky belongs to wings older than memory. The coast is another frontier, where land meets the ancient unknown. Below the waves, giants evolved in silence. In the ocean, danger often rises from below. Every shore keeps a record of lives that came and went. Beyond the green world lies a harsher land of stone and heat. Here, water becomes more precious than strength. Even hunters must obey thirst. The desert forgets quickly. Then, in the dry heart of the land, life appears. Where water gathers, peace is always temporary. Protection can turn prey into a wall of courage. Not every battle is fought with impact. Some are won by presence alone. The wise hunter knows when tomorrow offers a better chance. In this world, victory may mean only one more drink, one more sunset, one more day. As the sun lowers, the ancient world exhales. Every body is a design carved by hunger, climate, fear, and time. Predators shape this world through fear, pressure, and balance. The herds answer with numbers, memory, and movement. The young inherit a world that has never been gentle. This is not only the past, it is the first great chapter of life on Earth. The footprints fade, but the struggle that made them echoes through time. Tomorrow, the struggle begins again. On the prehistoric planet, life never surrendered. There are places on this ancient Earth where even dinosaurs fear to enter. Here, power is not only measured in teeth, but in the force that shakes the ground. And sometimes, the most dangerous thing in the valley is the one that makes almost no sound. When titans awaken, the entire valley listens. For ages beyond memory, these cliffs have guarded a hidden kingdom. Every river here leads to a secret, and every secret has teeth. The gentle giants still follow the oldest path of survival. Their bodies carry the map of every season they have endured. But beneath the canopy, another world breathes in shadow. Harok does not hunt like a beast. He watches like a wild king. In those eyes live instinct, memory, and a loneliness older than language. Not every predator needs to be enormous. Some survive through strategy. For the smaller hunters, intelligence is the sharpest weapon. Inside the mountain, the valley hides a passage older than the forest. Where daylight cannot reach, another ruler moves without footsteps. Serpenthra, the moving shadow beneath the valley.
Here, water does not promise safety. It promises waiting.
On the open ground, horns speak louder than fear. Experience can outlive strength. The dry season begins to close its hand around the valley. When water vanishes, peace vanishes with it. Even the coldest hunters must bow to thirst. In the Valley of Titans, every scent may be a warning. From the heights, Harok sees the valley as a live-in map. One sound is enough to remind the valley who stands above it. The sky carries warnings faster than any footprint. But Karok is not the only power in the valley. It walks across the remains of weaker stories. Then nature erases every border. In chaos, one wrong step can divide a family. The hunters do not hurry when fear has already weakened the prey. But some shadows make even hunters reconsider. A titan is not always destruction. Sometimes power becomes shelter. Sometimes life survives because of a moment no creature can explain. The valley breathes again, but silence here never lasts. When night returns, the water becomes a mirror for fear. Serpenthra does not chase. The swamp opens before it. Its body is a nightmare stretched into motion. Even ambush hunters know when the darkness belongs to something larger. For the smallest lives, even the water's movement can mean death.
Moonlight does not banish the dark. It gives the dark a shape.
Karok enters the place other creatures avoid. Between titans, territory is understood without words. One stands through strength. One moves through shadow. For a moment, the entire valley holds its breath. Even the sky feels the pressure of the confrontation below. Karok does not strike first. He warns. And the shadow answers with strength of its own. Then rain erases the evidence. The great predator discovers that something greater has crossed its path. It does not fear the unknown. It challenges it. And the valley answers with a gaze. Above the valley floor, stone prepares a stage for power. Every step is a declaration. But the summit already has a king. Two ancient forms of power stand across the storm. One carries the strength of hands. The other carries the certainty of teeth. And the sky becomes witness. Karok does not need blood to prove power. In nature, survival often belongs not to the reckless, but to the one who knows when to live another day. A storm lowers the curtain on a battle that never needed to happen. But the true battle is forming far below.
The flood wakes the serpent of the underworld.
It leaves the darkness, dragging the flood behind it. Once again, every species is forced onto the same road of survival. When the earth turns against them, hunter and prey run in the same direction. The valley rewrites its own shape with water.
Not every titan destroys. Some become the path. For a moment, strength becomes shelter. But the shadow refuses to yield the river. A titan faces a titan. Serpenthra rises like a river, given a soul. Charok answers with the voice of the mountain. The gentle giants abandon the lowlands. Again, experience leads life away from danger. The titans measure strength through will, not slaughter. In the end, the mountain itself commands the valley. After fury, the world searches for breath.
Life continues through small reunions.
The hunters will wait. The valley will always offer another chance.
From the mud, a new season begins.
Charok does not own the valley. He is only its strongest heartbeat.
And Serpenthra never truly disappears. The valley has changed, but its law remains.
Every creature here survives by one rule: adapt.
And in the age of dinosaurs, some legends still walk.
On the prehistoric planet, life belongs not to the strongest alone, but to those who never surrender.